Hello, Simsaroni here, also known as Betsy, and this is my first tiny home build. It's a two-story, so it's not quite the tiniest of homes. It's a little cheeky, but I think it's alright. Like, it's still like a tiny home. Like, the main body of the building is 3 by 8, so it's a bit long, but it's definitely narrow. It has some little lips, which is like 4 by 1 spaces on the sides, and I had so much fun building this. It's my first tiny home ever, and I was playing around with some little bits and bobs that I've learned. Stuff that everybody else knows, but I don't, because I'm new to The Sims 4, and I've just had so much fun building this. I found a picture online that really inspired me with this. It was just like an extension someone had put on the home that was like a really narrow entryway, I suppose, but I really liked it and I decided to make a whole house out of it and thought it would be fun. For it, I've decided to go for quite a modern theme, I suppose, which is definitely represented in like the big wide open windows, the colour scheme, which is all like black and white pretty much. Like, there's bits of colour in there, but it's predominantly black and white, as you can see in the kitchen here. And the kitchen layout stays the same, but the decorations change a lot because I couldn't make my mind up on how exactly I wanted it to all go. I was looking through like different items of clutter. Like, I say I'm new to The Sims 4, but I've played The Sims a lot. In The Sims 3, I had a lot of custom content, and I would spend days, weeks. Like, I'm pretty sure there was one build that I did for 100 baby challenge house. And like, I used to do that on Tumblr and post pictures of it and stuff like that. But this house, I'd spent, oh my god, how long did I spend building it? It was like a good solid month or something, just because of like all of the little details that I had to do it, all the extra bits of clutter. Like, I needed to get everything perfect. So it's something that, like, because I don't have any custom content in my game, and I don't think I will be adding any in, at least not for a while I explore, like, you know, the actual game itself still. And it's something I struggled with, trying to find like some nice clutter that I actually really liked. But kitchen clutter is one of the big things for me. Like, I love having a nice cluttered kitchen in my games, and it's not the most cluttered. I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot of space. There's the stove, the fridge, there is a counter. Well, there's 2 counters, but one of them has the microwave on top of it. And I actually add some clutter to the top of the microwave. What is it that I had? I had like a little, here, like, I had a little plant. I had like some pots and pans as well. But when I was like testing it out with the sim that I placed on the lot, because, you know, I was like, I'm doing a tiny build. I haven't played around with this before. Need a sim on the lot, like, test it out. It just didn't work. She couldn't use the microwave, and I was like, oh, great. Kind of really liked the way that I'd had it set up. I really struggled with like decorating the wall behind the microwave because I was like, it's so empty, but I don't like more shelves or more cabinets. I decided to just go for the 2 cabinets because, you know, it's small and narrow and there's big windows either side, and I wanted like all of the light in there and it not to be like super heavy up on the walls, but I needed some decoration, so I just put a little picture there. I changed around my clutter a little bit here and there, but it still stayed quite minimal, I suppose. Like, I'm happy with how it came out. I definitely think if I had more clutter to choose from, I would have had such a hard time making a like functioning kitchen because it would have just been full of everything. I struggled with a little dining space as well, like decoration wise. I wanted it to have like a nice like garden wall kind of feel to like where the sitting area is for the where the dining area is, but I just couldn't really find anything. It was either too big and bulky or just like not the right style or like anything like that. I just couldn't. I think I ended up leaving the wall blank in the end anyway. I hope it works. And I mean, I say I struggled with a lot of it. The main thing that I didn't struggle with was the bedroom. I really like how the bedroom came out, and the bedroom's actually why I ended up with a black and white theme, because I decided on a black and white theme for the bedroom, seeing some like personal inspiration on like darker toned bedrooms and stuff like that. So I already had like an idea of what I wanted to go for the bedroom, and that kind of influenced the rest of the house because I was like set on it being like a black and white theme. So the rest of the house ended up being a black and white theme with like you know, obviously there's like bits of colour here and there with like little extra decorations and stuff, and mostly plant life. The sitting room was definitely another space that I struggled with. Where I have the settee, I originally wanted a door there instead. So it'd be like around the corner, like kind of doorway, but I decided that the space didn't work out that way, and to have the door on the back instead of the 3 windows. I really, really hate the way that the colours don't quite match up with the door frame and the windows. Part of it is due to lighting, but they just didn't match up. And that was really upsetting. But I couldn't really do anything about it. So it just had to be what it was. Yeah, like I didn't want like a massive TV. I didn't want a wall TV for this space, you know. It's a really small space. You don't need a big TV, but then also like I felt like a massive TV would have made it feel like a bit heavy. And it's like a big open like window that you've got. You don't want to like block out the view with a giant TV on a TV stand or one on the wall and all of that. Like I feel like one on the wall as well wouldn't work because like the settee is so close to where the TV is. The wall mounted TV is either going to be like really close to the floor or you're going to end up with a bad neck watching it. And that's why I just ended up going like a little TV on a little shelf, you know. It's like a very like, it's a tiny home. It's a minimalistic view on life to start with if you live in here. You know, you don't have a lot of like big bulky things, which I guess like my clutter doesn't really make that much sense, but it's fine. I just wanted to be like very minimal. Like, you know, you don't have like a lot of stuff. You don't need like a big TV cabinet with extra storage in because you don't have anything to put in that storage. Lighting was something that I struggled with as well. I just couldn't find like I wanted to use like nice ceiling lights, but I just couldn't find any that really worked either size wise or I can like scale them down and things like that. I just couldn't find something that I liked that was like simple but decorative enough that it was worth getting. So I just stuck with them like basic circle lights, scaled them down so they're not too imposing when you're looking. And then I decided after I'd finished pretty much finished decorating the downstairs, I decided that I wanted the walls to maybe be like dark on one side. I don't know why. I was just like, let's just paint the walls dark. I think it's because like I struggled with decoration and I wanted the walls, although like a dark grey black type colour, like I wanted them to be a decoration in themselves, like add some extra elements to the build that wasn't just through the use of art. I fiddled around with mirrors a lot. Like I kind of really liked the feel of the mirrors, but then they just didn't work out for me, so I got rid of them and just replaced them with like some bits of art, dark tone with some colour in them. And that was pretty much the downstairs done. I tested it all out. Like it's a fully functional kitchen and things like that. Like, you know, everything works. Everything works. That was like my main thing. Like, even if I'm not going to play in this house, it still has to work. Because if it doesn't work, then the challenge of building a tiny home doesn't work. Because anyone can build a tiny home if nothing works. Like, you can just, you know, put everything on top of each other. And then, yeah, I moved up onto the bedroom area. Like, it's like a bedroom loft area. It doesn't have, like, a door through it or anything like that. I played around with, like, the walls a little bit, you know, putting a little bit of white in the middle where the bed is. I have tested the bed as well. You can get around the bed. All of that fun stuff, you know, functionality, you know, the good stuff in life. And I wanted to keep, like, the bedroom very simple, very tidy, neat, you know, like, clean, modern, sleek. All of that good, fun stuff. Something that I did struggle with a lot is when I was initially building it, getting like the floor tiles to go away, because like I've played around with that before and I struggled with it when I first did it, and then I figured out how I could do it, and then I went to come and do this build and I'd completely forgotten how to make the floor tiles disappear without deleting like everything or like having the stairs completely their own section. But it's fine. It worked because I used a fence and put it around the stairs and then across the stairs, because then it doesn't count as a wall but counts as a room. I don't know, but it works. I decided I want some bookshelves, but the big ones that I wanted for the bigger ones that I wanted for the bedroom, they couldn't work. Like they just couldn't work in the small space that I had. Like, yes, I could have had them extra like 2 tiles of space where the stairs are, but I just felt like this would look better if it had more of the opening down to downstairs. So I put some bookshelves when you first come in. I feel like they're not too imposing because I wanted like the entryway to be very open, because you know, you look up and you have like the glass ceiling above you, and you know, it like opens up into the space in front of you. There's like windows, and then you look at the sitting room area, it's more windows. In the kitchen there's more windows. It's very bright and open. And yeah, the bathroom was just like a very basic bathroom. Like, I don't really do bathrooms. Like, I don't know what you put in a bathroom. You put like your toilet, your sink, your shower. Ooh, exciting stuff bathrooms are. I don't know, maybe I'm overlooking thing. With the bathroom, with the lighting, I really, really wanted like lights like around the mirror or something, you know, like almost like a vanity mirror, but not quite. And I played with it so much, and I just couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to work. And it really frustrated me, because I had this idea in my head and it just didn't work. And lighting in bathrooms bugs me in general, because you don't want a dangly down light, but then it's like, don't put the lights in right. Like, if you put like the little ceiling lights in and they don't, like, then they're like, because the shower I've chose, especially because of it being like walled off, because I wanted it to have more like a wall type effect. It's just, you know, like, you'd be like, well, the lighting would be dodgy and weird and all that fun stuff. I get like too into thinking about the actual real life functionality of it as well, the real life lighting, how you'd have it in real life, and it doesn't work out. And then I'm like, scrap the whole thing and start again and figure something out. I don't know. So the bathroom's not great. It's definitely like the weaker part of the build. Outside is something different for me. I've never really got into landscaping before in any Sims game. I'm one of them people that usually just like plop some stuff down outside. Here, have a barbecue and a bench to sit at, and maybe have a jacuzzi, and there your kids can have a swing set. There you go, that's all you need. Who needs trees and bushes, right? Or there'll be like one in the corner of the lot, and I'm like, there you go. Dog kennel can go somewhat near it. Not even like artistically put, like a lot of people do. And it's always been like a big envy of mine when I was seeing like people do like amazing like gardens and stuff, and I'm like, I just don't know how to. So this started out a bit of a challenge for me, and I was gonna try and do it a bit, add more to it, like more items outside. But you know, like the build itself is very like minimalistic. Why would I want a really cluttered outside area? So I just use the area for like mainly decoration, but then also like you've got like friends or family round and it's summer, you can have like a barbecue and you just have somewhere to sit outside and just very relaxed kind of atmosphere. I was going to put a hot tub, and then I was like, no, that's stupid. Like, these people wouldn't have a hot tub. Like, you wouldn't, would you, if you lived in a house like this? Like, and it's very like small and minimalistic, you just wouldn't have a hot tub. You wouldn't be like, let's get a hot tub though. No, like, I don't know. To me, if I was going to make the choice to live in a tiny home, I wouldn't be like, oh, let's have a hot tub outside. I don't know. Like, to me, the two ideas don't go together. Maybe it's just me, whatever. But I played around with some like more like the half walls outside, you know, creating like a fenced in area isn't actually fenced in. Then I use an actual taller fence for like just more of a privacy buffer, and it didn't go all the way around the property just because, you know, it is literally there to give a little bit extra privacy. But I played around the half walls, yeah, like I said before, just to add some boundaries to the property. And then I decided to maybe change one of them to water instead of it being plants. And I haven't actually done fountains before. Don't know if you can tell by me playing around with every single object in there, but I haven't done like the fountains before, so I was playing around with it and I decided no, I'll just leave it as simple water, put a nice colour tone on it, sorted, done. But I'll just leave all of these ramblings behind now and let you just watch the end of this video, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. Let me know how you think I've done. You know, any feedback whatsoever is muchly appreciated. And yeah, thanks for watching everyone. Bye. Hey you, watch until the end. Thanks, love you. Don't forget to subscribe. You couldn't see it, but I was making a little hatchet with my hands.